Why identifying self-personality type can be confusing? The short answer is that um, many of the surface level or observable behaviors of people can have multiple causes. Um, and most people seem to talk about or try to understand brain types from a backwards direction. For example, working from observable behavior and trying to guess what the brain type is that caused that behavior, rather than starting with what the possible brain type might be and how that could lead to specific behaviors. Um, so one example I believe that where where the where this can be confusing is partly based on my own experience and small bits of information I have heard about human psychology over time. Um, I am not an expert at this, but I like to try and take educated guesses with the minimal information that I have. So so for example, um, I think I have sometimes I have some obsessive compulsive behavior, um, and in one way that could be interpreted as people who are perfectionists who want to exercise more control in their life. Um, uh, no, actually, I think that might not be a very good example. I think I just realized the example I was trying to communicate. Um, so one of my habits or behaviors is to maintain a lot of structure and order in my life, and and because of that, I try to I try to stick to a very specific set of tasks or routines, and if I do not meet those tasks or complete them in ways that I prefer, then that can cause me stress. And one way to interpret that behavior of I'm trying to perfectly stick to a routine. One interpretation of that could be maybe I have some perfectionism in my brain, or that I have a perfectionist brain type. But I believe in my case, that one reason I want to perfectly stick to my routines and tasks as much as possible is to minimize my executive functioning challenges. So that I believe that is unrelated to imperfectionism and more. I want to optimize the executive functioning capacity I have, and one way I often do that is to clear up multiple smaller and simpler tasks first, before I try to work on something more complex and something that requires more brain space or more executive functioning. So I think that is where one confusion could be. So kind of in summary for that example, perfectionists or people with autism or ADHD could be confused as perfectionists because they try to stick to a very structured routine. Um, Another example to help answer that opening question for the video on why I'm identifying our personal psychology type or brain type can be confusing is I once considered that I might be bipolar, and I haven't really done much reading or research on what's bipolar really means, but based on my understanding and the observations of myself over time, I later discovered another explanation for the big swing in mood that doesn't have to be bipolar. So, for example, maybe a typical behavior of people with ADHD is that they seek stimulation. They find activities that engage them, and maybe they follow through with those activities so far and so hard that they may exhaust themselves, either which can be mentally, or maybe physically tiring as well, meaning that people may lose sleep because they may be trying to marathon some TV series, for example, and then that would suddenly change one's mood from being excited to feeling tired and needing more sleep. And if someone like me were to get into that place of needing more rest and better health care, then I would try to bring myself back to a place where I have better health through some catch up sleep, and then my mood would suddenly move away from feeling tired to feeling excited and wanting to engage with my hobbies or my interests in my spare time, or just my typical excitements that I experience daily when I do have good health. So I believe that may be another source of confusion when trying to identify the complex nature of our brain based on just observable behaviors, because that there seem to be a less number of behaviors that can be observed compared to the number of things that, or number of unique brain types that can cause those same behaviors. And this is probably not commonly understood by most people. So I thought I might share what I can see, and this might help to give a more accurate understanding and awareness of our own brain type, so that for people who value having a deeper understanding of themselves and finding ways to support themselves and to help themselves thrive by learning how to navigate their own strengths and challenges, which is one of my values, then I think having a more accurate understanding of how the brain works, or what brain type you might have, could be very helpful. And this is somewhat similar to what I have said in previous YouTube videos I have put on this YouTube channel as well, where I believe I may have identified at least one reason why people are incorrectly assuming whether they are introvert or the extrovert personality type. And I was guilty of misunderstanding this as well, but my mind was opened further when I read some article that talked about the introvert and the extrovert personality type is defined by sensitivity to stimulation, and not what most people talk about, which is the energy levels, and talking about the energy is very vague, um, and it doesn't really capture what introvert and the extrovert experience is like. And so long story short, I believe what I was trying to say was people also get confused with how to where they identify themselves along the introvert extrovert gradient, not a spectrum, but a gradient, because I believe there is a very clear and simple relationship between those two sides. So the more introvert you are, the less extrovert you are, and the other way around. Um, but I might be going on a slight tangent, but the long story short is that even examples with deciding whether even making mistakes with deciding how introvert or how extrovert or how ambiverts we are, that contributes to what I am trying to communicate in this video, where um, people can easily be confused about identifying the true nature of their own brain, because most often people focus too much on like the observable, behaviors and surface level things, where any single behavior could be caused by multiple other unique brain types. Um, so and to be kind of fair, I believe nobody really receives a really good education in school about how the human brain works, and how we can more accurately identify who we are, so that we can help lead a happier life. And now I'm suddenly having a connected thought to something related, where now I'm thinking, why don't schools teach more of this thing, or why don't parents teach more of this as well? Because when we are born, we had no choice about what kind of brain type that we have. So would it not be in our best interest to identify what our strengths and challenges are with our specific brain type as soon as possible, so that as we grow older, and as we try to lead our own lifestyle or future, I'd like to think that this knowledge would help us to find ways to get the supports that we need in the most effective ways possible, and to help us thrive and achieve our values and goals much more easily. And I have no idea if leading researchers or psychologists actually share this information with the general public, but and I don't really go digging around for like scientific papers, but I am suddenly, or I am reminded of a question I've asked myself before. Why isn't this information about human psychology and identifying our personal strengths and challenges, why isn't this information made much more freely accessible? Because we did not choose our brain type when we were born, and I believe all people have the right to have a clear understanding of who they are, and then from there they can make decisions about how they want to proceed with their future. So so yeah, I'm just slightly curious, slightly confused, but also trying to answer that question from the opening of this video, that if in case this makes sense, and people might find this valuable to understand, identifying our own brain type or personality type can be challenging, because if we only focus on the observable behaviors like obsessive compulsion, or trying to be perfect at specific things, I believe that can be easily misinterpreted, and possibly a better way to identify who we are is to maybe zoom out and well, actually, I don't think what I will suggest is super reliable. I'm thinking about this as I go, but maybe one way is to zoom out and to observe our behaviors over time, and to try and identify what are all of the brain types that can cause this behavior, or this or what brain type, what uniquely the independent brain types can cause this one same unique behavior, and what might be the likely brain type among those other brain types that produce that behavior that I might have. I think is one of my mindsets as I think about this sort of thing. But to be clear, I am no expert on psychology. I just have a brain that is very active at picking up patterns and connections between knowledge and my memories and my understandings, and it draws all sorts of conclusions that I like to try and to test, or to at least talk about in more depth, and or to consider in more depth. But yes, if you believe you have a brain type that aligns to something you are aware of, and you believe a deeper understanding can help improve your quality of life, I recommend getting one good option could be to get an official diagnosis from a psychologist. But that is also your choice too, because I vaguely recall that people are saying all over the internet that, sometimes a diagnosis can be good, sometimes it is not. But yes, I want to wrap up this video now. I believe I have already mentioned what I wanted to say. Thanks for watching.